guys, welcome back to my channel. On today's same but different episode, we're talking all about onions, including what is an onion, the health benefit the onion provides, different types of onions usage and flavor, how to use a few tricks to change the intensity of your onion flavor, to how to choose, store, and prep your onion properly at home. Check it out. Hi new friends, it's Erica right here. I'm a Chinese citizen currently living in America. Cooking and traveling are my passion, so I'm here to share with you my favorite Asian recipes. On each same but different episode, I'll choose a few different cuisine, dishes, or ingredients and explain the difference between them for you. So if that interests you, please subscribe and keep watching. Well, I think we all know what an onion is. But do you know that onion is actually related to shallots, green onions, and even garlic? Onion, shallot, scallion, chive, garlic, and leek are all in genus Allium family. We've made a video on this channel before talking about the difference between scallion, green onion, spring onion, and leek, as well as big green onion. And here's a link for the video for you. And today we're going to talk about the different type of onions, including yellow onion, purple onion, which is the red onion, white onion, sweet onion, and shallots. Onion is the mostly consumed genus Allium in the world. That means it is even more popular than garlic. And it has always been the top 3 most consumed vegetable in the world. We have all experienced that burning sensation in our eyes while cutting an onion, but this annoying side effect of cooking onion is actually the thing that makes onion taste and smell so good. You can try to smell the whole onion without cutting and compare it with the freshly cut onion. You will realize that the great flavor and aroma of onion only get released after the cell wall is damaged, just like garlic. Cutting, mincing, and chewing the onion release the enzyme called allinase, which creates flavor, and PSO enzyme that's pungent and make you tears. The flavor wildly depends on the variety of the onion, but in general, raw onion tastes stronger than cooked ones, and the cooked one tastes sweeter than the raw ones. When it comes to what is the best type of onion for your recipe, it comes down to what flavor are you looking for and also how are you prepared to cook them. Different type of onion can give your dish a different taste and aroma, which can be break down to pungency, intensity, and the sweetness. Within the same variety of onion in different regions, the PSO enzyme which produce the pungency intensity differ depending on the sulfur content and the soil. For example, places like Walla Walla, Washington and Vidalia, Georgia produce a more sweet variety of onion because their soil is poor in sulfur content, which they really doesn't have a choice but produce the sweet onion. Today we're going to talk about the 5 most popular onion that you can see in the grocery store everywhere, which is the purple onion, yellow onion, white onion, sweet onion, and shallots. Let's break it down one by one. Number 1 is the yellow onion, aka storage onion. Yellow onion is definitely the most popular onion in the world. Because they are multi-purpose, they've been used in different types of recipes way more often than the rest of the types. If you buy the fresh one and store them right, it can last for months in your pantry. Yellow onion produces the most onion flavor. It has a nice balance of astringency and sweet flavor that is further enhanced the longer the onion is cooked. Cooking onion while destroying the cell wall with heat lower the onion pungency and raise the sweetness. So if you're making a stew or onion soup, cooking in curry or broth, the yellow onion flavor will last the longest in cooking. And also, if you find a recipe that didn't specify which type of onion is using, yellow onion will most likely be the one. Number 2 is the white onion. The flavor of the white onion is sharper than the yellow onion, and it also have a slightly shorter storage life than the yellow ones. But after cooking, they taste pretty similar. So you can cook them just like how you cook the yellow onions. Now, the best thing about purple, aka the red onion, I'll say it's its color. In Chinese, we have a saying called 色香味俱全. That means the color, the aroma, and the flavor are all on point, which explain perfectly how color influence our appetite. Purple onion has the best advantage of color out of all onions, just like shallots that's also light purple. Purple onion has a pretty strong onion flavor, but it's also pretty sweet. So it is great to eat raw. I love adding purple onion in my salad for the color, that crunch, and a little bit of spiciness. Pickled onion is also a great way to eat purple onions. My husband likes to soak the purple onion in apple cider vinegar and add it into his salad or burgers. But you can also soak them in the balsamic vinegar for a more intense flavor. Now, when it comes to sweet onions, there are many different type of varieties. The most common seen domestic sweet onions are Walla Walla from Washington, Vidalia from Georgia, Maui onions from Hawaii, and Texas sweet, well, obviously from Texas. The reason why these types of onions are sweet is that they just simply grow in a sulfur-poor soil. Sweet onion is the excellent choice for skewering, deep frying, and eating raw. The downside is that sweet onions normally has a higher water content, which make them spoil faster. So some people recommend to store them in the fridge, but I'll just buy it right before I want to use them. Last but not least is the shallots, which we use the most in Chinese cooking. The most unique thing about the shallot is its strong aroma, which is obviously why we love to use them in Chinese cooking. Shallot is delicate and small and has a pretty equal amount of pungency and sweetness. Besides its onion smell, it also had a little bit of garlic side notes in there. It is excellent to use raw as a topping on soup or dips to provide that extra layer of flavor. And it is most commonly used in Chinese cuisine as a deep fried shallot, which gave your dish a great aroma and flavor and that additional crunchiness to the dish. So with its unique character, when a recipe calls for shallot, it is best to not replace it with other type of onions. Now let's talk about onion's nutrition and health benefit. Raw onion is very low in calorie and contains almost 90% of water. Onion contains decent amount of vitamin C, folate, vitamin B6, and potassium, which provides many benefits, including maintaining the skin, hair, and heart health, improving the immune system, forming red blood cell, and lowering blood pressure. Onion have antioxidant and anti-inflammatory effects. They may lower blood sugar levels, improve bone health, and reduce the risk of several types of cancer. With all this health benefit, we not only should try to eat onion more, but also try to find the freshest onion for your recipe. And that leads us to the topic of how to choose the freshest onion and store them properly at home. Choosing fresh onion in the market is super easy. You want to look for the undamaged, plumped, hard onions. The smoother and drier the papery skin, the longer storage time it will have. Slightly press into the onion to see if it's plump. If you feel any softness, it means it's not fresh at all and will not last long. With the same variety and size of onion, the heavier it is, which means there's more water content in it, normally means it is also sweeter. But if you don't care about the flavor, all you want is just long storage, just pick the yellow onion. Onions typically like to stay in a cool, dry, and well-ventilated area. Store them in a bamboo basket or a paper bag without a lid in your kitchen's coolest spot can dramatically increase their shelf life. And only cut them up right before you're using them to preserve the flavor. Because cutting onion releases the enzyme like we said earlier, which is the flavor, and it will evaporate over time. And speaking of cutting, let's talk about how to properly cut onion to get the best flavor out of our ingredients. Depending on how to cut your onion, the different amount of flavor will be released. There are 4 main ways to cut your onion, which are minced, diced, cross-grain sliced, and pull-to-pull sliced. No doubt that the minced and diced onion has the strongest flavor out of all because the more you cut into them, the more flavor enzyme releases. Even though the cross-grain slice and pull-to-pull sliced onion look pretty similar, still the cross-line slices is stronger than the pull-to-pull slices because pull-to-pull slice is cutting within the natural grain of the onion, which damages the last surface of the onion layer. Cross-grain slices with short fiber, after cooking it will almost melt in your mouth and become sweeter and more tender faster. While pull-to-pull slices will remain its shape better during cooking, which is excellent for stir-fry and caramelized onions. Another impressive knowledge that you can gaslight your friend about how much you know about cooking, but not really super useful, is that the outer side of the onion has a slightly stronger flavor than the inner side. Isn't this the most interesting but useless fact? The best way to dice your onion, cut them in half and peel off its skin. Slice the onion horizontally first to break its connection, then slice vertically and chop for more effortless execution. Doing it the other way around, vertically then horizontally, will be way more challenging. If you got some leftover cut onions, store them in the refrigerator and use them up as soon as possible for the best flavor. And I think that's it. Thanks for watching to the end, and let me know if this information is useful for you by giving this video a thumbs up. It's only gonna take you a second, but it's gonna help me a lot. I make video on YouTube every Monday and Thursday, so remember to hit that bell and you'll never miss out. Last but not least, don't forget to subscribe on my channel if you haven't already, and I'll see you in the next one. Bye!